What's going on, dudes and dudettes? So, yes, I did lose, barely, of course, but we'll get to that. I'm still in fourth place, which is technically the playoffs, even though I'm tied with fifth and sixth place. But overall points at 1630 keeps me at fourth place. It's crazy, but luckily I do have a chance to play third place to try to tie up the score. And since I'm already winning points-wise, I should jump ahead of them, but we'll see how that goes. It seems like another tough matchup just based off point wise. I'm barely projected to win by 4 points with a 54% chance. A lot of his guys are somehow looking good points wise, even though it doesn't make sense. But yeah, let's get to last week, which I had to play my brother. So I was projected to win by less than a point. Really isn't much fantasy football, but yes, I did get a B for the matchup, and yeah, he did beat me by around 3 points. So it comes down to quarterback play. Yeah, his quarterback of course got better, but the one person I'm really hitting right now is Keenan Allen, just because he had a career day. Had like 140 something yards and a touchdown with 28 points, way over his projection, but because he missed out on those 4 or 5 more yards to get to 150, I missed out on 5 extra points, which of course would have been me winning by at least 2 points here, but nobody cares about that. Of course, the tight end position only got me 1 point. Juju failed me this week again. And one of the other bigger things I messed up on was the defense, because I started the Chargers defense because they faced the Jets, who I thought were going to be way below them. But of course, Cleveland, excuse me, decides to go all crazy against Philly and score 20 more points to my defense. So if I would have made the switch there, I would have been good as well. Corey Davis did pretty well, even Cooper. But yeah, a couple of the guys I chose, Thomas, Juju, were low. A couple other guys as well were, like Nick Chubb should have had more. James Robinson, I'm surprised he even got 10 points, but yeah, that's just how it goes. So I'll get into more of the breakdown coming up, but I did make a couple moves. Chris Carson, the running back for Seattle, looks finally healthy. So that's a good thing. He'll play this week, hopefully. And then I'm getting rid of Thomas soon. I just have to wait for a pending thing to go through. Everyone else seems pretty good, but I'm going to trust some of the guys I've been trusting lately. I did pick up Singletary because I've always wanted him, but he's been pretty crappy this year. Had to change out the quarterback because Tua, the rookie, wasn't looking good. Both my defenses, once again, could give me points, so hopefully I'm making the correct choice there. And they talked about the running back Mostert maybe returning this week. There is a possibility, but it is a tough matchup, but I would still play him just because of how good his coach and signal caller is. But I'd have to get rid of one guy to be able to move him off that spot, and it would probably be Duke Johnson, who is projected to get like 13 points, even though he's been averaging like less than 5 the past couple weeks. But I'd probably get rid of him as late as I could so no one could pick him up. That's the strategies you got to use. But yes, like I said, I'll go more in depth with the other outlook right now. Yeah, so we both pretty much underperformed. He had an A-. I had a B. He pretty much kept the lead since Thursday because he actually had a player playing. But pretty much early Sunday, I got up there. I think I had like 1 to 2 more guys playing at the time. And then, yeah, of course, it had to come down to Monday, and he barely came back. There was also like a weird catch that that Mike Evans had, the wide receiver for the Bucks, that my brother had, that they somehow counted, even though they called a penalty on Tom Brady for throwing the ball because it had got batted down after he threw it first back or straight back to him, and then he threw it again and it was completed for a couple yards and whatever, but somehow they said that's a foul, but they're gonna allow the catch, which makes no freaking sense in my mind at all. But of course, it benefited him because at that very second, he had like a .05 lead ahead of me. So, and of course, he ended up getting the overall points victory by like 2 or 3 more points just because Tom Brady threw an interception and he had the Rams defense. So it made it a little bit easier to digest that I was going to lose by closer to 3 points than .05 to my brother. But we're 1-1 against each other this year, and just looking forward to the playoffs as usual. Should be fun. Yeah, that's his team. And of course, his tight end, Dallas Goedert, he should have been under 10 points as well, but he caught like a garbage time TD with like a few seconds left, and he was wide open. That was BS as well. So yeah, Keenan Allen had a career day. Hoping more of the same from him this week. Cam Newton, luckily, threw over 300 yards, so gave me the plus points. I like that. My kicker did really well. Had the game-winning kick as well. Gibson, the rookie, did really good too. But yeah, all his players are highlighted, and of course that Dallas Goedert, that son of a bitch. So yes, his quarterback did better, my running backs did better, his receivers did better, his tight end did better, my kicker did better, and my defense barely did better, but they should have killed. Despite 5 of my 10 starters scoring higher than their projected points, I still lost. We both scored fewer points than our season average. Both teams scored more than the projected total, but we barely went over that. The matchup's 3.05 point margin was the closest in the league this week. My brother moves to 2-0 in close games. I go to 0-3, of course. Yeah. And of course, they had to mention Keenan Allen, but it's because he didn't get those 5 freaking yards. I mean, he was so close. The last drive the Chargers did to try to waste some more time, they actually went to him. They threw the ball to him 3 straight times, but of course, once was for loss of yards. The other was for no yards. I think 2 were for no yards. Something like that. And a catch is only like 0.5 points, so that wasn't gonna do enough to change the outcome of this. But like I said, if he would have gotten those 5 more total yards, it would have propelled him over the 5 extra point bonus we have in this league, and I would have won this shizzle, but whatever. Move on. They say I should win again this week coming up. We'll see how that goes. I should have an easier matchup the following week and the week after that, but I have to make sure I get this, go on a 3-game win streak to make the playoffs, I think. But thanks for watching. Like and subscribe, comment down below, let me know what you think. See you later.